looking at something clear and trying to focus on.
Recording in progress.
Mr. Garcia?
Certainly, Madam President. I believe we have a quorum at this time.
Yes.
And if we would all
Wait a minute,
please.
just waiting for Council
Certainly.
Frisbee. Yeah. Trenton City Council Reorganization Meeting Tuesday, January 2nd, 5:30 p.m. Let us call this meeting to order. Please stand for the flag salute. I Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975, Chapter 231. This agenda is complete to the extent known and was sent to the Trenton Times, posted on the first floor bulletin board in City Hall, and filed in the City Clerk's office. Formal action will be taken. Mr. Garcia.
Thank you. Welcome to the welcome to the Trenton City Reorganization Meeting. Trenton City Council Reorganization Meeting for the year 2025 is held this January 2nd, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in Trenton City Hall. Good evening, my name is Brandon Garcia. I am your City Clerk, and it is my pleasure to honor and welcome you to the 2025 Reorganization Meeting for Trenton City Council. At this time, Madam President, will have the invocation that I will read.
Yes.
Almighty God, who holds the fate of man and nation, we most humbly beseech thee to bless this our city, these deliberations, and these thy servants, that they may act with wisdom and understanding for the good of our community and thy greater glory. Amen. And Madam President, at this time, if you would like, I can recite the results of this election this year.
Yes, thank you.
Certainly. Following are the results of the November 5th, 2025 general election and the December 3rd, 2025 South Ward runoff elections. North Ward, running unopposed, re-elected, Councilwoman Jennifer C. Williams. East Ward, running unopposed, re-elected, Councilman Joseph A. Harrison. West Ward, re-elected, Councilwoman Tesca T. Frisbee. And South Ward, re-elected, Councilwoman Jenna L. Figueroa Kettenberg. At this time, we will have the swearing in of governing body officials for the ward council seats. First individual to be sworn in will be Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg.
Excuse me, just a point of order real quick. Should we do a roll call?
Not yet, but you're all sworn in. Then
Okay.
The officials, and we'll do a roll call after that.
Repeat after me. It's the official oath of public officers' oath of allegiance. I, Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg,
I, Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a member of Trenton City Council,
all the duties of a member of Trenton City Council,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true allegiance to the same
and I will bear true allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I'm sorry, yes. Congratulations. Our next individual to be sworn in will be Tesca T. Frisbee.
Well, I gotta be somewhere, I know. supposed to be somewhere. You ready? Okay, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jessica T. Frisbee,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a member of Trenton City Council,
all the members of Trenton City Council,
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the governments established in the United States
to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Our next councilman to be sworn in will be Joseph Harrison. Not a problem. Councilman, if you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph A. Harrison,
I, Joseph A. Harrison,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
I will do faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of a member of
perform all the duties of a member of
the Trenton City Council,
Trenton City Council.
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the United States of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true allegiance to the same
and will bear true allegiance to the state
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
and established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
according to the best of my ability.
and according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And finally, our North Ward Councilwoman, Jennifer C. Williams.
I, Jennifer C. Williams, do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully. Okay. I, Jennifer Williams, do solemnly affirm. I,
I, Jennifer Williams, do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
that I will faithfully, justly, and impartially perform
all the duties of a member
all the duties of a member
of Trenton City Council,
of Trenton City Council,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
And to all the newly sworn in council members, I know you are dying to make some comments and remarks, and they will be during your civic comment. As of now, I can proudly do a roll call. Councilwoman Edwards.
Present.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Present.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Present.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Present.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Presente.
Councilman Harrison.
Present.
Councilwoman Williams.
Present, e presente.
Myself, Brandon Garcia, Municipal Clerk, present. And City Attorney, West Bridges.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Kaloch is excused from this meeting. And I apologize. We will have the, prior to the selection of council president, actually, I apologize, we do have a video that we'd like to give. Senator Cory Booker did send his congratulatory remarks, and if we could move on to that video, please.
Hello, thank you for allowing me to say a few words as you all gather today to swear in members new and old. Look, I remember the first time I raised my hand and swore an oath when I was a city council person. And I want you to know that now, in so many ways, as your senator, I revere this tradition. It's not rote, it's not routine. It's an affirmation of our heritage, of our governance, and of the thousands of people across our state who dedicate themselves to serve our communities. You all are the front line of meeting the needs of our constituents. They are our friends, they are our neighbors, they are our families in many ways. It's the deepest understanding of that word, to create community. Our state would not be able to thrive without dedicated public servants at the local and county level like you. So I want to thank everyone for making this choice, for dedicating yourself to this great patriotic ideal, that we stand in service of each other. I hope you find, like I did, that serving is one of the most rewarding experiences you will ever have. It's hard, it's trying, it's around the clock. It's meaning going to the supermarket is a lot longer than usual, but it is truly the most incredible thing I've ever done. I look forward to collaborating with you now as your senator in the partnership between our levels of government that serve New Jerseyans and New Jersey families is so important. And I feel privileged that as you swear this oath, we will have an even more important role to play together. I wish you all the best. May our state thrive under our collective leadership. It's not about right or left, it's about all of us moving New Jersey forward.
The time has come for the selection of a new council president. Any member of the council may nominate another member for the position of council president. If seconded, this nomination shall be voted upon by the council. If the nominee receives a majority of affirmative votes, he or she shall be named the new council president. If not, further nominations will be received, and if seconded, voted upon. The first nominee to receive a majority of affirmative votes shall be new council president. I will then relinquish, or the individual at the dais will relinquish their seat to the new council president. Pursuant to Ordinance 23-011, adopted in April of 2023, the council vice president shall be the first nominee for the council's consideration and vote as to the next council president. I therefore ask for a vote as to Council Vice President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg for the position of council president.
I nominate Council Vice President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg for Trenton City Council President.
That's a nomination. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved in second. I'll call the roll.
I'm sorry, pardon me?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
There's a second. Is there any discussion? Go ahead.
Yes, there is a discussion. I was hoping that we could have a private discussion before we vote, because we did not have a collective conversation. I was hoping we would have an opportunity this evening to discuss before the vote.
I don't know how to answer the question because I'm not really sure what you're referring to. Please speak, Mr. Garcia. He seems to know. Let me try to clarify. Pursuant to the ordinance that Mr. Garcia referenced that was drafted when this council came in, it's very clear that the vice president is the first person to be considered and voted upon. So I don't believe that a private conversation would be proper. It's an open meeting to discuss who's going to be the next president. If there's a need for discussion after the vote, you can do that, but right now, under our statute, we have to vote with respect to Council Vice President Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg as to whether or not she's going to be the next president.
So can I ask a question? If there are any other, so she's received the first nomination on it, is there any way that if there are any other nominations that people would want to place to be heard, can we entertain that at that time before we move to the vote for either, just to hear if there's any other nomination? I think that is the concern.
Yes, this council is more than able to have a discussion here in public about the nomination or any other potential nominations. However, under our ordinance, it's very clear that we have to vote on Councilwoman Jenna Figueroa Kettenberg first. But if the council,
but they can still, if there was another nomination just to be heard, it can still be placed so that could be heard.
No, because you have to vote first, and then if unsuccessful, then you have a nomination at that point in time. You can have a discussion about this nomination now or potential other nominations, but this vote has to take place under our ordinance.
Okay. Councilwoman Everson, you have further?
I'm going to abstain.
She abstained.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not hear that. So that's abstention? Okay, noted. No, I don't believe it's
There's no position for the voter abstaining to making a comment.
Oh, okay.
Are you abstaining to the comment or to the vote?
Is there a discussion or are we nominating everyone?
It's been moved and seconded. Should we discuss?
Now is the time for that discussion, and if you were so inclined, yes.
I would like to discuss the procedure of all of this. I'm very uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable with how this process is going. I don't agree with the interpretation of the legislation. It says that a vice president gets the first consideration for nomination. However, it does not say that the vice president gets the first vote and then other nominations are heard afterwards. That doesn't make sense, and I've never, in the history of politics, and I'm only 36, but I've never seen it operate like that. I've always seen it to where all nominations are put up at the same time, and then we vote on each of them one by one. Whoever gets the majority vote is who gets it, but all nominations are heard at the same time, and that's fair. And so I would like that to be considered. I've spoke to every council person, including the clerk, including our attorney and the city attorney, and I just have to keep up with that standard.
I spoke to the clerk as well and had asked the question about that, whereby, excuse me, the VP would get the first nomination, but if there were any other nominations, they would also be put out on the floor as well, and then we would move to the vote in order of how it went, just for fairness, for transparency, for clarity, and all of that as well. So now, with what Director Bridges is saying, I'm inclined to move as we've discussed it. If there are any other nominations on the floor, if there's anyone else that wants to be nominated, then we should be allowed to hear that before we then move to the vote.
Thank you.
If I may respond, Council President.
Yes.
The ordinance that I do not have it in front of me, but as well articulated by Councilman Edwards, the Council Vice President will be the first consideration for nomination. There was a nomination just now. I believe there was a second. Therefore, she is now nominated as Council President to be voted upon. If she were not moved and seconded at that point in time, then there could be additional nominations. But this is the ordinance that candidly was crafted by this council, and we have to follow the laws that you've created.
I believe there was email communication back and forth with the council attorney regarding same, and I believe he did allude to the same conclusion that Director Bridges has, as we passed the ordinance, and the ordinance was for the council vice president to receive the first nominations for consideration. Of course, I'll defer to the solicitor. I'll defer to the solicitor present as to his interpretation, or if it's the will of the council and we're legally advised different, then I'll be happy to proceed.
I provided my interpretation. For council's benefit, I would hope that everyone saw the emails from their legislative council, basically in line with what I cited to council here today. There could be discussion on it now if there's concerns, questions, additional thoughts, but under the ordinance, the council vice president is first consideration for a nomination. That occurred here, therefore barring any discussion that the vote must take place pursuant to our ordinance.
So, thank you, Council President. So, Council President, and to the solicitor, my question is, the ordinance says that we have to nominate first. It's nominating and voting are not two, they're not one and the same. So when you nominate someone, she can be nominated, but the floor should not be closed. It does not say that the floor is closed. She's the first person to get the nod for nomination. Unless it says nomination and vote, they are not one and the same.
Nomination and vote is not the same yet. That's correct, Councilwoman Frisbee. The council vice president, under the language of the ordinance, shall be considered first for nomination, considered for nomination.
Mm-hmm.
That was considered and she was nominated.
Correct.
Now we have to vote on that nomination.
Why are nominations correct? My question. Or why can't we not continue to nominate? She's the first one. That means there's a second option.
May I offer what possibly could be a compromise here?
Yes.
Or if we may reach to one. Director Bridges, would you interpret the nomination? What I see here written is I see the passing of an ordinance for the first nominee for the council's consideration. If we can interpret the first nominee having been nominated and the council able to consider additional nominations, close the floor for nominations, and then I call a vote for each of those, the vice president being the first vote I call, would that be acceptable?
That would be acceptable as long as the first, I mean, yes, it would be acceptable. I'd like to think about it a little bit more because I think we've had this email discussion back and forth.
We did.
A week and a half now, and I know the emails were sent summarizing this, but that would be an acceptable practice as long as the council vice president is the first nominee for consideration.
I think for the matter of just letting the people, the council express, and the people here who folks, were considering, I guess, in this process, it's only fair and it's right. So once we get through this process, we'll have to definitely revisit that line in the ordinance to make it make sense, so that way we're not here again the next time we move forward in this, right? So we're going to...
Agreed, Councilwoman Feliciano. If you don't mind, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in. What I'll go ahead and do then is open the...
If I may, I apologize.
Certainly.
I have, thanks to the Chief of Staff, I now have the actual ordinance, subsection C. At the conclusion of the council president and council vice president's term as set forth above, operative language, quote, the vice president shall be the first nominee for council consideration and vote as the new council president. So you cannot even nominate anybody until this happens. Shall be the first nominee for council's consideration and vote as to the new council president. So that, while that was, I think, a good idea, just staying within the confines, the four corners of this ordinance, the plain language is very clear that Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg shall be the first nominee for council to consider and vote on for the council president position.
Thank you, Director Bridges. Hearing what you said in accordance with what's been passed, in that order then, there's a motion and a second at this time for Vice President Figueroa Kettenberg for the position of president. Are we entertaining any additional discussion at this time, or shall I move on with the vote?
So the question on the floor, may I, Madam President?
Yes.
So the floor is still open for any of the nominations for president, is that correct?
No.
No.
It is not.
No, this is taking a vote for one individual unless there's additional discussion
Okay, thank you.
regarding that individual and that vote. Hearing none, I'll move on with the roll call. Councilwoman Edwards.
Abstain.
Noted. Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
No.
Noted. Councilwoman Gonzalez.
No.
Noted. Councilman Harrison.
No.
Noted. Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Noted. That is 3-3 tie. That motion failed. Moving on to additional nominations. Are there any other nominations for council president?
I nominate Yasmin Ellie Gonzalez.
A second.
Council President, may I ask a
Are there
question?
any other, I'm sorry?
I wanted to clarify, so Councilwoman Jennifer Kettenberg would need to be renominated, or is her nomination stand since it was defeated the last time? It would seem to me it needs to be renominated.
I defer to the solicitor.
The next nomination would be considered, she could be re-nominated if every council person up there failed to get a majority vote, but that, I mean, it's, It did not pass, so we go on to the next nomination.
Motion failed, so we move on to we're now opening the floor for nominations. We have a motion and a second for Yasmin Ali Gonzalez. Are there any additional nominations?
Nominate Councilwoman Jennifer Kettenberg.
Is there a second? Wait, the motion failed.
There's not a second. That motion has failed. We're now, pursuant to our ordinance, moving on to the next nominee.
Are there any
Consideration.
other nominees? Is there a motion to close the floor for nominations at this time?
So moved.
Second.
If there's nothing additional from the law director, then I'm going to move on with the vote for Yasmin Ali Gonzalez for president. Noted. Motion, second, roll call, Councilwoman Evans.
Yes. Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Gettleman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Congratulations. The motion carried. Congratulations. If you want to take the seat of the council president's seat, she will relinquish the seat to you. Very well, Council President. In that case, then, if you want to ask for a motion for Vice President.
Yes. May I have a motion for the vice president's position, please?
Motion for nominees for Vice President.
I make a motion for Josie Edwards for Vice President.
Second.
Noted. And I'm sorry, the motion came from Frisbee and the second from Harrison, correct? Correct. Thank you very much. Are there any other nominations for Vice President at this time? Is there a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards. For the motion to close.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilwoman Feliciano. Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Motion carried. Now for the consideration of Vice President for Josie Edwards. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Motion carried. Congratulations. On to new business, council. We have two resolutions. And Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve resolution 20, unless you'd like to approve a consent agenda, that's up to you.
I would like to do a consent agenda unless any of the council members have any comments,
Council President,
questions.
Mr. Garcia is going to change the council meeting date, the one date for 2025, from June 5th to June the 3rd. So it's going to be, there's going to be changed. Mhm.
And for the public benefit, that is due to the changing of the primary for this upcoming year, the primary election.
Council President?
Yes.
Regarding 25002, my understanding is that the Trenton Times will be ceasing paper publication by the end of this month, so I'd like to ask that we instead have the ads go into US 1 newspaper, which is still publishing a print edition.
We're going to have to do some research and confirm that they meet the requirements as far as circulation and what have you. I do have a recollection, Under the prior council, when we chose Trentonian, Trenton Times versus Trentonian, we did research on it, and they did not satisfy the requirements for public notification. I'll recirculate that, but I'm fairly confident that was the case for both that as well as the Princeton packet were both considered.
Just another item, sorry, I apologize for comment purposes as well for that. As I understand it, things that go to the Trenton Times are also circulated through NJ.com, so it would still have the online capability.
That's correct. And for the council's benefit, there's nothing naming an additional circulation. I'm fairly confident I'll confirm that for you by tomorrow, that newspaper you just referenced, nor the Princeton packet, suffice for notification purposes.
Thank you, Director.
I have a question, Director Bridges. So if we approve this now, just the way it is, we can come back to amend it and add in if they do meet the requirements?
Yes, with proper notification, Council President, that's correct.
Thank you.
Council President?
Yes, Councilwoman Feliciano.
So, just to be clear, Director Bridges, if we were to add it on as a consideration, it doesn't mean that we always have to advertise and use it. You're just naming it as one of the sources that we could use, right?
You would be named as a potential source you could use, and if it ultimately was confirmed that did not
we just don't use it.
apply, then we just wouldn't use it.
So I would recommend that we add
Consideration.
Yep, and then if it don't work, then we just don't use it. It's easier just to add it on and then have us vote to add it than to be going back and forth to take it off.
To be clear then, can I ask for a motion to amend the resolution to add the, I'm sorry, if you'll, Councilwoman Williams, if you would, just tell me that newspaper again.
US 1, it's
Thank
a
you.
weekly newspaper published in Mercer County.
And it's just called US 1?
US 1, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Madam President?
It's a weekly.
Yes.
If I may, I'm looking at where it says the official newspapers are defined by NJSA 10.4 means paid, published, and circulated in the municipality. And there be no such newspaper, then at least one published in the county in which the municipality is located and said newspaper is circulated. So that should cover us.
With add. But I thought his concern was that it didn't meet the requirement first whenever they were looking at it.
My concern is it didn't, I mean, if my recollection serves me properly, the part that you read about it being paid circulation was the fatal flaw with respect to USA 1 paper, not paid circulation, nor is Princeton packet. We did an analysis of that some time ago, but I'll recirculate it.
But is it to my understanding that even the Trenton Times that online, that you need a subscription for that, is that correct?
That's the paid part, yes, Council.
So that still constitutes that even if they don't circulate the physical paper, that they are still, it is still a paid publication.
It's still a paid publication.
Right.
You're talking about NJ.com, Trenton Times.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
So that should be no need, even if there should be no need to amend this if they're still even though they're not circulating the paper, if that ends at the end of this month, if they're still online, if you have to pay for that subscription is what I'm asking.
My understanding of the amendment was you would like to add US 1 newspaper to NJ.com Trenton Times. That was my understanding of the amendment to this resolution.
So I was not asking for that. I know that's what Councilwoman Williams was asking for. I'm saying in lieu of, if we leave it as is, with the publication still being online and having to pay for it, be it the Trenton Times or the Trenton, if you're online, you have to still have a subscription. So then there would be no need for US 1 if we have to pay for the other newspaper online.
No, I don't believe that there would be a need. It can't hurt to have more advertisement than less, but again, I believe even with the amendment, it's going to be determined that US 1 newspaper doesn't work for statutory purposes.
Right.
By way of background, this decision to stop the physical paper is very recent. And I'm sure that we're going to be seeing some legislation or some clarity or some confirmation on what not only the city of Trenton is going to be dealing with, but also all the towns in the Mercer County that now don't have a physical circulation paper. They have online circulation. So it's an issue that is ripe for some clarity by way of rules. but right now the Trenton Times, i.e. NJ.com, is our only option, from my understanding, based on the fact that we paid its circulation, and it circulates within Mercer County.
Thank you.
With that being the case, may I ask for that motion for that amendment, and we can entertain that amendment at this time?
Anybody have a council president? Thank you. I was doing a quick Google search, U.S. Weekly, and like it's just a publication for Princeton. It doesn't seem like it is everywhere or in Mercer County. Like I'm researching it and I'm wondering if anyone from the area reads this. So that's my concern. And if it requires us to pay for this, will that be a waste of money if Trentonians aren't reading? So that's my concern. It's just.
Council President, if I may also.
Yes, Director Bridges.
I believe.
I'm actually looking at a legislative bill, actually co-sponsored for Assemblyman Reynolds Jackson, that confirms the ability to use online publication for notice purposes with respect to having these meetings. So electronic notification is in, and it's proper for trendtimes/nj.com.
Director Bridges, really quick, how long would it take for you to actually just do the research on it, whether they met the requirements or not?
Probably about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Council President, I'd just like to add, I do believe that the Trenton Public Library on Academy Street regularly gets delivery of the US 1 in a pile of about 30, 40 copies, at least on print. And the other good thing is that is a publication that most of the public libraries in Mercer County, including Trenton, keep a physical hard copy for its archive, in case for research.
So if I may make a suggestion,
Yes.
Council President, I do like the idea of amending this as written to add that.
Yes.
No more notification is not a bad thing, but once I get back in front of my computer after 15, 20 minutes, I'm fairly confident I'm going to be sending you an email that USA 1 paper does not work. But that doesn't void the entirety of the resolution to notify the public any way we can. And again, it can't hurt to give more notification than less. So my suggestion would be to amend it to add that circulation to this and have it voted on by this council.
Thank you.
That's the will. We can make a motion to amend it to add USA 1 paper. The council can vote on that amendment, and then we can have the resolution in entirety read as a record and voted on by this council again.
Thank you, Director Bridges. May we have a motion to amend Resolution 25002?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Abstain.
Noted. Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carried. And I'll defer to the solicitor if you need me to. Do I need to read this in its entirety into the record?
Just vote on it as amended to
Thank
include USA 1 newspaper, if that's the name of it. I'm not familiar with that.
Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve the resolution 25-002 as amended to include the US 1 publication.
Yes, may we have a motion to amend 25002 and to put it into motion, please? Include USA 1 newspaper.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Who's the motion? Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Moved by Williams, second by Harrison. Thank you very much. Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carried. And then, Madam President, if you want to ask for a motion to approve the meeting dates and times that I believe we were going to do on consent agenda prior to the discussion that ensued.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, may I have to approve resolution with the change date of June 3rd?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards.
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kemper.
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Yes.
Councilman Harrison.
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams.
Yes.
Council President Gonzalez.
Yes.
Motion carried. And Madam President, that brings us, I believe, to the point of public comment.
Yes.
If I can have the public comment clipboard, please.
He didn't hear.
If I could have the public comment clipboard, please. And Madam President, we have no members for public comment. If it is your will, we may move to civic comment
Thank you
this
so
time.
much.
You may start with any individual you'd
I
like.
think that's the first. Yeah, so we'll go left to right. Councilwoman Williams.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for attending tonight and attending the swearing in. And just have some brief comments that I'd like to share with you. First of all, I would like to thank all of our currently serving military and veterans and their families for their service to our country. I'd also like to thank my constituents and the voters in the Great North Ward who voted for me in the November election. I was fortunate enough to run unopposed, and even so, I'm very appreciative that several thousand voters did find my name on the ballot. I'd also like to thank my family, especially my wife Tammy, my son Ian, and my daughter Grace. For all of their love, their support, and the many paper cuts as we put together campaign literature and community meeting literature over the past few years. And just you helped me do my job in so many different ways and helped me to really try to represent the North Ward the best ways I can, so thank you. Additionally, it goes without saying that I'm grateful to my campaign manager, Brendan Chuchuk, and my team, Vlad, our treasurer, Mike and Jeremy, and Mr. Chuchuk in the back. Thank you for everything that you did, all the hard work these past elections to help me get to this place on this day. It's with my great colleagues to be able to make decisions that help our city. Over the past 2 years, we've accomplished a great deal in the North Ward and in Trenton, from a memorial sign honoring peacemakers and remembering the events of the 1968 riot in downtown, to positive things like a new four-way stop at MLK and Ingham Avenue to make that area safer as we wait for a traffic light to be installed, to one-way street designations on streets, to new and improved housing being created, to improving the quality of life for Trentonians, and the restarting of the North Ward Citizens Police Advisory Council. And by the way, our next meeting is on January 15th, Wednesday, at Galilee Baptist Church at 5:30, and everyone is welcome. This full city council is getting things done. It's clear. We're improving the lives of everyone in Trenton. And I'd like to repeat from my initial campaign kickoff in 2022 that Trenton is a welcoming city. No matter where you are from, who you are, who you love, or even what football team you root for. In this, Mayor Gosiora has been a great partner with us in all of our efforts, and though we sometimes disagree, sometimes really disagree on a few issues, we can all work out everything together professionally and with full respect, honor, and commitment to the capital city and its citizens. I'm very, very proud of that. Senator Booker had it right when he spoke about how tough being a councilperson can be at times. It is true, but it really is a joy to serve. I love being able to help my constituents, and the best feeling in the world is when you help solve a problem that your constituent didn't think actually could get solved. Yes, Trenton does work, and that shared success is wonderful. And I'd also like to thank Senator Shirley Turner for all your work and help to our city. Assemblywoman Melina Reynolds-Jackson was here earlier, and with Assemblyman Andrew Corelli, we're very fortunate to have such good representation at the state level. And County Executive Dan Benson was here earlier with us. Mayor Palmer and Mayor Hamad Marath from West Windsor were also here with us earlier. And it's great to have support from every level of government and even the neighboring towns for what we're trying to do. We do face a lot of problems as we begin 2025, but we also see many opportunities on the horizon. Please trust that many good days are coming and that our collective hard work will pay off. In Washington, D.C., we will see significant change in the near future, but we have to take care of Trenton. At the end of the day, that is our charge, and I know that we can do that. We can work together to make Trenton and the North Ward even better than it is on this day. So I want to thank you so much for listening to my words. I want to congratulate Council President Gonzalez, Council Vice President Edwards on their ascending to leadership. And I have to keep this as a tradition. Go Tornadoes, fly Eagles fly, and may God bless you, your families, the city of Trenton, Mercer County, and the United States of America.
Councilman Harrison.
I would like to thank all the wonderful people of the East Ward who believed in me all these years. I would like to thank my mom, my brother, my girlfriend, my wonderful team, Mike Sabo, Joe Trutch, Barry Giordano, Ursula, who did all the walking with me. Thank you. Thank you to Mickey for putting up signs all over the city. Thank you so much. Thank you to the person that nobody really seems to know, but he's phenomenal, Lid Drop Larry. Lid Drop Larry is one of a kind. The guy works, hustles every day, got a heart of gold, and he loves the city. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. So it's wonderful to be on this council, this great council. We have a new council president, Gonzalez, new vice president, Edwards. We see all the constituents out here. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed to be sitting here representing the East Ward. Vera Westcott does a wonderful job in Wilbur. Harry Jackenol's trying to do all he can in Phillip Park. This year we did lose somebody special, Gilbert Bell, who was a lighting heart in this great city. If anybody knew Gilbert, Gilbert was one of a kind. So I'd just like to say thank you. I appreciate everybody's help. Let's continue to work together. And Steeler Nation, I've got to say, we keep losing. And it all started when we got pounded by the Eagles. So I got to give the Eagles credit. They gave it to me.
Councilwoman Feliciano.
Thank you, Council President Gonzalez. So first let me say congratulations, Council President Yasminelli Gonzalez. Congratulations, Council Vice President Jossie McCarthy. Congratulations to the whole government name, right? Congratulations to Councilwoman Williams, Councilman Harrison, Councilwoman Frisbee, and Councilwoman Figueroa Kattenberg on securing your wins to serve 4 more years, helping the city of Trenton to do better, right? We need that. We need the continuity. We need the partnership. We need the collaboration. So I must say, I've served 2 years in leadership on council. I've learned a lot in each respective capacity, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to serve. But as you know, I'll be running again in 2026, so I need to beat the streets up. So I gladly pass the torch on to the next, and y'all can have at it. I'm excited for what's to come in the city of Trenton. I'm excited to continue to work with the collaborative efforts that I have with Mayor Garcia. That doesn't change anything. I'm still looking forward to working with DCA and the county and everyone within the city of Trenton. Titles are wonderful. I expect nothing but greatness from those that will now step into the seat. But it's what you do with it, right? It's the work that you put in beyond the title that matters the most. And so I'm excited to see how this council continues to grow and continues to do the works of the city and to help Trenton be better. So again, thank you for everyone coming out tonight. Thank you for y'all's support. Thank you for being present. Happy New Year to you all, and God bless you.
Councilwoman Frisbee.
Thank you, Council President. So first I want to just say thank you to everyone, whether you're in my ward or not in my ward, whether you voted for me or you didn't vote for me. That doesn't change the work that I will do. My work ethic will remain the same for those who voted for me, for those who did not vote for me. Although this is, the title says, the agreement was that this is a part-time job. The commitment is full-time. And we do that. We do that. Folks think that it is just a 4-hour, 5. It is not. It is a full-time job. And so it is a balance that we put out. But we do it because we're passionate about our great city. So I look forward to the next 4 years. I thank everyone who gave me their support. I want to thank my manager, Dave Ponton, who is here. I appreciate your love and support. Thank you so very much. My biggest rock just left out of here. His name is actually Sam Frisbee and Sam Frisbee Jr. Those two that my son left out of here. My mother-in-law who's sitting in the front row, the little woman who's the biggest giant of Janine Frisbee. I want to just say thank you because it takes a lot of time away from family, and I appreciate all of them giving me their love, giving me their support, allow me to take the time that I need to do my job in excellence. I want to thank those electeds who came out tonight because I know that there are a lot of things that are going on tonight, which is where my husband is heading out the door too. So I know that Assemblywoman Tania McCoy, that she was here. So I want to say thank you to her. And of course, Commissioner Frisbee, I still call him Sam, that's my honey bunny. I'm grateful for his love and support. I want to thank Assemblyman Benson for being here. He's all Assemblyman, excuse me. I cannot get you out of that Assembly. I'm going to put you out of it. Thank you, County Exec. I got to get you out of my phone. This is Assembly. County Exec Benson, thank you for all that you do. I love the work that we are doing together here in our city. It is making such an incredible difference, and I love the partnership that we're doing. So thank you. I appreciate who you are and what you bring to the city. To Senator Turner, thank you for the road that you've paved. Thank you for all that you have done and you continue to do. I appreciate you, I watch you, I study you more than you think that I do, but I just want you to know that you are appreciated and what you have done. Your commitment is appreciated, and I'm still studying some of your bills, so I thank you for that. Yes, thank you for that. Our Assemblywoman Reynolds Jackson was here. I know that she had to leave out. So I appreciate her. I call her my sister from another mister. I thank her for the path that she's paving, her commitment and her dedication to make sure. I know today we've got to have more than just Trenton, but we're spoiled. We want you, we got you here, so we call you and we claim you our own. So Ed, you can tell her that we're spoiled, and I continue to be spoiled by that. And I'm not gonna say, definitely not least, but my mayor, I appreciate how you show up. Thank you for considering Trenton in your thoughts and your decisions to make sure that we are in the forefront, letting the people understand that it's not an easy job, but you are committed. I thank you for how you work with this council. I thank you for the relationships that we are building with one another, that you have an open door policy. That is important, that we know that we can come into you and that it is not, we've got to check with this person that you, because I know I call you at times even when you're on vacation, and I appreciate you for always answering the phone. So thank you for that. You are appreciated. And I would be remiss if I did not thank our directors. I know all of them are not here on this evening, but we have a phenomenal group of directors. Director Wilson is in the back. I know that our police director was here. Our fire director was here. Oh, there he is over the corner. Douglas is over here. I see Jim over there in the corner. I know there's so many others. We have a great working team. Paul was here. Is he gone? But to all, Paul, so to all of our, and Diego, I see you as well. Thank you whether you're interim or not, I don't call them interim. I know that some of them have the titles of interim. They're our directors. They are doing the work. So I just want to say thank you. The city is moving forward because we are all working together. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your commitment and your dedication to getting it right and doing it right with dignity and respect. So thank you. Thank you for that. I wanted to say to the various organizations that have helped me, that have called and reached out to me, I appreciate your love. I appreciate your support and wanting to see me succeed. I want to say, as we move forward, I am grateful for the work that we've been able to do. Catwalder Park is going, it has been transforming over the last 2 years. I'm proud of the work that we've done, the work that we've been doing on West State Street, the work that we got done that was one of the main things that was my stopping point when I first was campaigning, which is Bellevue Avenue. Seeing Bellevue Avenue repaved is a giant for me. And I'm so grateful for our directors for helping, and our mayor making sure that the money, our county making sure that the state, the assembly making sure the money is there, knowing that we can open Trenton back up for business and we can do things in excellence. We're not getting crumbs or brown bag lunches. We're getting the cream of the crop, which is what we deserve here in the city of Trenton. So I just want to close with saying, I'm appreciative. I'm grateful for the work that we've done. The West Ward is growing. The West Ward Center, if you have not been there and have not seen how it's been refurbished, and it is still getting refurbished, come on out, see what's going on there. Come out to the neighborhoods and see how the apartments that have been left dormant for so many years, we're now getting those knocked down. The streets are getting the repairs. Those that need humps, we're getting the crime, believe it or not, is going down. And I'm appreciative because we are working collectively as a city. I look forward to being the West Ward representative for the next 4 years, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Councilwoman Theodore Kettenberg.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. First, I want to congratulate our new council president and council vice president on your new seats. Former council president Feliciano did a great job as council president, and I was honored to serve as the CVP for the time that I got to serve, learned a lot, and I wish the two new council leaders all the best moving forward as we continue to do the work. I want to thank Senator Shirley Turner and County Executive Dan Benson for being here tonight. Thank you guys so much, and others who were here who could not stay. I am excited to still be here in front of you all. To be standing here as your newly elected South Ward Councilwoman does not fall short on me regarding the ultimate sacrifice, the hard work, the diligence that it took to remain in my seat. I know what adversity is. I know what it feels like on all angles. It's not pretty, but you have to stay humble through it all. You have to stay strong. You have to remain in your truth. I use the word humbling as it pertains to me in my experience quite often in recent years, and it's simply not an expression. There's truth behind it. They say all things are possible if you put your mind to it and do the work. But understanding your head and your physical work will fight one another at times and throw you off track and make you want to quit. That's part of the excitement of the win. Everyone doesn't know my story, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. But what I do behind the scenes on an everyday basis, in addition to what the public sees, is an extraordinary feat for myself. I never gave up on my seat for re-election, not necessarily just for me, but for the legitimate voters in the South Ward who believed in me, who saw my work, who responded to me, who called me tirelessly with their concerns, and who felt they finally had a voice and finally had someone to represent them equally across the board. This was an election, a runoff, and a recount at the request of my opponent. Facets of my life had to be put on hold, while other facets of my life were put on display. But I continued to fight and wait and fight some more. While most of you all were continuing your lives and celebrating with your families and celebrating holidays, I was still knocking on doors, going door to door, asking people to come out and vote so I can continue to serve us in the South Ward and be a representative for all of us in Trenton. I made sure that they understood that I was there for them, and I will continue to do the work that 2 years proved not enough time to do. In the end, after one of the largest voter turnouts in the South Ward, we did prevail, and I have the honor and privilege of serving the South Ward and Trenton as a whole for 4 more years. As a councilwoman, I've learned that advocating for others is just as important as advocating for yourself. I learned to respect people where they are and for who they are. The city has a lot of work that needs to be done, and most of the work takes time, practice, reorganization, reestablishment, and understanding. We are trying to move in a better direction for the city. We are trying to make our quality of life experiences better. We are trying to improve all lives, and we are trying to make things practice, not a one-time show. I'm proud of all I've been able to accomplish in my first term as councilwoman, from stop signs to paved roads, fixed sidewalks, speed bumps, park rehabilitation, sanitation, maintenance, and maintenance of abandoned buildings, to help fight the blight that we all deserve in Trenton as Trentonians. Something to be proud of, something that we can all be proud of, to say that we are Trentonians, we stand strong, and the city works for us. I want to thank all of the city employees and all the directors for making it happen on a day-to-day. I know many of your jobs are thankless. There's so much to do in this city, and there's countless requests, and we're backed up all the time. But we are working, we are moving, we hear you, and we're trying to make these improvements. I'm not a grandstander. I am a talk about it type person, and I'm a doer. So if I say I'm going to get it done, or I say I'm going to work on it, that's exactly what I set out to do, because the South Ward elected me. I plan to continue to work in accordance with all goals, better and best serving for the city of Trenton. We have so much work to do, and we need to do it together. So I want to shout out a few people, give a couple of thank yous. First and foremost, Terry West and Marge Caldwell-Wilson, my campaign manager and my campaign chairs, who tirelessly did the hard work, listened to the phone calls, got me motivated, I got them motivated, disagreed, agreed, moved forward. It was relentless, and I want to personally thank them. Mayor Reed-Gusiora, thank you for supporting me and believing in me and walking with me, and acknowledging a lot of the community concerns in the South Ward. People not only are happy to know that their council people are paying attention, but to know that their mayor is also paying attention is very key. And it shows that we are able to work together across the board. Nobody's rubber stamping anything. We are holding one another accountable. So I thank you for that, for taking this time out. Former Mayor Palmer, thank you for all of your support. I know you were here and you left. I really do appreciate advocating for me. My council colleagues who came out and supported and endorsed me, I want to thank you so much. Former Council President Krista Feliciano, thank you. You have really stood by me during this whole process. From the election to the runoff, to the recount, to challenging, what have you, just late night advice, early morning advice, daytime advice, whatever it was. I learned so much from you in the past year, and I do appreciate you as a council colleague and as a friend, so thank you. Ms. Staten, Cordelia Staten, thank you for always speaking up, for what's right, or at least giving your opinion of what you felt was right. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Mrs. LaRue, thank you so much. Thank you for all your kind words. Thank you for the piece you put out on identity and what that means. Just seeing some of the things that I had gone through, standing up and running for office, things that I should not have had to experience, but I did. And thank you just for seeing that, for advocating and for speaking out. I really appreciate it, and for all of your endorsements and your support. Central Labor Council, thank all of them, all the unions, all the laborers that supported. Michelle Leaptag with CWA, they came out in extreme numbers and did canvases for me. Some of them, Wayne D'Angelo and his local, Liuna with Randy Brolo, Elect Women, Tricia McGuire was here tonight and she had to leave. They did an extraordinary feat of 3,000 postcards for me during the runoff, and it was just amazing, and they got it done quickly. Jeannie Weekliam, Brian Blakely, Joe Trutch, Michael Hurtado, thank you so much for taking the time out and walking with me in the South Ward. Michael, you really showed that political lines are blurred when it comes to working for the people. It doesn't matter what your affiliation is. If your head and your mind, your heart are in the right place for what you do and for what the people stand up for and represent, you're gonna get the work done, and it really does not matter what your political beliefs are, and I really do appreciate you. Thank you. I saw that LMA was in the building tonight in numbers. I wish I was able to speak while they were here. I really do appreciate my LMA family for coming out and supporting tonight. They've been family to me for quite some time, and you know they've always shown their support and love. Reverend Eric Kussman of St. Bartholomew Church, I thank him for his endorsement. Acting individually, Debbie Parks, thank you for your support. Our fire union, all of their support, and just everyone who stepped up to challenge, walk, advocate, do Facebook posts, social media posts, just all of you, thank you. I see Mr. Brady in the room, thank you so much. You challenged on runoff day, and you were there all day from morning to night, so thank you so much, and the many others who did. Again, this is for all of you to have positive representation, unbiased representation, representation across all lines, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, religion, etc. That's who I am before you as the councilwoman. Our word is all we have at the end of the day. My word is to keep things not personal and to serve those who elected me first and foremost. So thank you all very much.
Council Vice President Edwards.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I want to congratulate all 4 of my colleagues on their re-elections for Councilman Harrison, your 3rd term, and everyone else for their 2nd terms. That is an amazing feat, and I know firsthand that was not easy. So I just want to commend you all on the amazing work that you have done in the past 2 years and the work that I know you will continue to do. I want to thank all of our legislators that came out to be with us tonight. Senator Shirley Turner, we had Assemblywoman Tanil McCoy. We also have, by proxy, Ed Gittens for Assemblywoman Berlina Reynolds Jackson. And we have our Mercer County Executive, Dan Vincent, thank you. And Mayor, of course, you're always present. Thank you all for coming here to be with us. I want to say that thank you all for your vote for me for Vice President. I do not take this responsibility lightly, and I'm looking forward to working with our new council president on council's business. I feel like we can be doing so much more as council. Our positions are more than just drafting legislation and saying yes or no vote. We are the governing body of the city. We are the oversight for the administration. And we do not take that lightly, but I feel like we could be going so much further in the city to step up and support the mayor and his administration in so many ways and strengthen our relationships with DCA, with the county. And by the way, County Executive, thank you so much. I have not been in this world for a long time, but I can say in the last few decades, I have not seen this much support from the county administration than I do now for the capital city. So I thank you for giving us that respect and providing shared services in all of the work that you are going to do. You have a great vision and a great mind, and with our mayor and with this council, we will drive our city a lot further than any council that we've had before. No disrespect to anyone else. I want to say thank you to Cordelia Staten as well, because as a former councilwoman and a city clerk, you have invaluable information. You have decades of experience that each one of us has learned from you, and you hold us accountable. You are very transparent in your thoughts, and you do not hesitate to let us know what is what. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly. You have helped me make some tough decisions up here on this dais, so I appreciate that. And everyone else, and Ms. LaRue, appreciate you as well. I look forward to serving as Vice President. Like I said, with Council President Gonzalez. We share a very deep vision of what we feel like this city can be. And I think together we will bridge all of that and drive the city council forward and the city forward and support our mayor. So I want to say thank you all for being with us this evening. And again, congratulations to you all.
Councilwoman Frisbee, you want to say something else?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I was remiss and just saying a couple things. One, I want to thank former Mayor Palmer for being here, swearing me in, for his continuous support. I was remiss in not acknowledging our former Council President, Cordelia Staten. Thank you for, from day one, stepping up, making the phone calls, sending the emails, helping and giving guidance. It was not easy. I stumbled along the way, but I appreciate your guidance in that, so thank you for that. And I wanted to say, Brian Blakely, I call him my big brother, but he was so instrumental in my re-election, so I just wanted to say thank you to him as well. Congratulations to Councilman Harrison on his winning back his seat, to Councilwoman Jennifer Williams for winning back her seat, Councilwoman Jennifer Figueroa Kettenberg winning back your seat as well. And I just want to say thank you to all. I think this is one of the larger turnouts for the West Ward. We had over 5,000 people who came out, of which over 4,000 I did get their votes. I'm very grateful, and I don't take that for granted. I'm excited to be working with the new president, Councilwoman Gonzalez. Congratulations on getting the nod. You are deserving, and we look forward to it. Councilwoman Edwards, you are deserving as well, and we look forward to working with you as well. To our outgoing president, I thank you for all the work that you have put in and how you have set us up to be better than what we were a year ago and years before that as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for your work, Councilwoman Figueroa Kettenberg. Thank you for the work that you have put in, and just thank you for just being there, being present. And on that, thank you and good night, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak again.
First, thank you everyone for being present. Congratulations to all of my colleagues who have been reelected. I'm excited. I'm glad that we are still together to continue to move this city forward. I definitely want to spend a special thank you to our outgoing president and vice president. Your dedication and commitment have set a great foundation for us here that we'll build on, and I'm looking forward to growing in that area and continuing the work that you all have started. And as I step into this role, I'm eager to learn and grow alongside of each and every one of my colleagues. So I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to serve in this capacity. All of those who have voted for me, I know may not have been an easy vote, so I want to say thank you for saying yes. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to a year of progress and collaboration in our city. I just want to thank everyone here, all of our elected officials. A lot were mentioned. I hope I don't miss anyone, but of course, our mayor, our county exec, Senator Turner, Mr. Giddens, who is also here in place of Assemblywoman Verlina Reynolds Jackson, our former councilwoman Cordelia Staten, and Mama LaRue. I just want to say thank you all for being here and supporting us in every role that we played on council. Every day is not easy as a council person, and I know we don't always all agree, but we are doing our best to respect one another and work together for the betterment of our city and our community. Just for those who have said that we are rubber stamps, I keep hearing that a lot in the last week or two. You don't see the disagreements and the compromise and going back and forth sometimes with our administration and our mayor, and don't think that it's not being done just because we're not like our previous predecessors who may have done it publicly and argued and felt like that was the way to get things done. That's not how this council works. We are here to work alongside our administration and of course support our mayor in any way that we can if it benefits our city. It's about the people here in the city of Trenton. So I just want to say thank you all again for being present. Happy New Year, feliz año nuevo. Yo tengo confianza que vamos a seguir trabajando juntos para la comunidad de Trenton. So I just want to say thank you again, and everyone have a good evening. With that, may I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Councilwoman Edwards?
Yes.
Councilwoman Feliciano?
Yes.
Councilwoman Figueroa Kettner?
Yes.
Councilwoman Frisbee?
Yes.
Councilman Harrison?
Yes.
Councilwoman Williams?
Yes.
Council President Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carried.